Hi everybody, I'm Fallon Rice, and everybody has been asking a lot of questions about two things that I combine into one. My new distributor mock training calls, because I'm able to get new distributors to get their friends and family on these calls. They don't know anything about it works or the products or why they're getting on the call. We just say, hey, do you have 10 or 15 minutes to hop on? I want to talk to you about something. And I pretty much take over the call. We have friends and family that get on, and then I say, hey, so-and-so has started their business. They said that you were either really supportive or someone that would tell it like it is, or you were really skeptical. Either way, we want to get them some real on-the-job training, if you will, for what they're going to be asked in real life by people who are in fact interested in these different products or things like that. So even if you haven't heard them before, do you mind just role-playing with us for the next few minutes? And I tell them, we're not going to ask you to pull out your credit card. This is simply just for her to do this or for him to do this with people that they feel comfortable, who aren't going to make fun of them too bad. And they typically laugh, and we go on from there. And I directly go into my 4-step system for closing potential customers and potential distributors. I've been using this system for at least a year, probably a year and a half that I've been in the business, but I've definitely been applying it a lot more now while I'm helping my new distributors get started and get trained. And aside, when I do these new distributor mock calls and I go through these 4 steps, the new distributor is thinking that they're just getting some on-the-job, training or whatever. They're not expecting anything much to come of it. The friends and family just feel like, hey, I'm just here to support. But because of what I ask and how I structure the call, by the time we get off, they typically either have a new customer, a new distributor, or a friend or a family member that's actually really interested in hearing more about the product or the business. So I'm going to walk really quickly through what these 4 steps are that we do with every single person to get them closed. So step 1 is identify their issue and create a need. And I want you to be thinking 2 things this whole time. You can do this with a customer, and you can do this call with a distributor, a potential distributor. These same 4 steps will apply. So number 1, identify their issue and create a need. If this is a customer, you're going to be saying, well, what are your health and wellness goals? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to detox? Do you need more energy? Do you want to grow your hair? And in my mind, I just kind of think about what's on our product catalogs. We've got skincare. Let me ask them about that. Do they have any C-section scars? Do they have eczema or psoriasis or any type of skin issues, acne that they want to correct? Then I think about the wraps. Do you want to tighten, tone, and firm? And I literally, as soon as we jump into the call, I just throw out there like 10 things. Well, hey, what were you interested in? What before and after picture did you see? What text message did you see? What call did you see? What product did you see? What are you interested in? And if they haven't seen anything like on a mock call, that's when I just go out with, hey, what are your health and wellness goals? What are your beauty goals? Do you want to tone up? And I'm literally, guys, I'm spending 20 to 30 seconds throwing stuff out there so that they can say, oh yeah, I need more energy. No, I don't get my 8 daily servings of fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I want to get some weight off. And yeah, these kids are driving me crazy and I need some confianza. So my goal and number 1 is to really, really pull and pull and pull and get as much out of them. That doesn't have to be a 10-minute process, but keep digging, guys. If someone tells you, I want to lose weight, great. How much weight would be ideal for you? Maybe 20 pounds. And I say, okay, how much would you really like to get off in a perfect world? And they'll say, okay, well, actually 40 would be awesome. I'm like, okay, tell me about yourself. I'm still identifying their issue. Do you overeat? Are you just greedy like me? Do you like bread? Do you snack? Do you like sweets? Are you drinking sodas? Are you not working out? I'm getting as much information from them as possible before I move to step 2. If you're doing this with a distributor, it's going to be the same thing. Hey, what post did you see? Was it a post about us going to conference and you want to do that? Or did you see that I retired at 28 and you're looking for more freedom and you want to get out of your job? Did you see that I'm paying off debt or that I had student loans? What attracted you to get on this call with me today? Or what, drove you to inquire more about this business? Okay, so that's step 1. Identify the issue, whether it's customer or distributor. Identify what that is, especially if you're on a mock call with someone. I like to do this via Zoom so they can see my face. I'm a normal person, and I like to write down their names and what they wanted next to them and what their issue was. While I'm writing down their names and their issues, I'm already identifying in my head what's the solution, what's the product that's going to go with this that they need, okay? And this is another reason why I want to make sure before I get past step 1, in my head, I want to at least have 3 products in my head for every person before I move to step 2. So make sure you make note of that. 3 products that'll apply to what they need for step 2, okay? So step 2 is to offer the solution. Number 1, identify their issue or their problem and create a need for it. You don't want to seem like you're being salesy. Allow them to create a need. I need to lose weight. I need more energy. And then step 2, you are now going to provide the solution, okay? So the call that I just did tonight, a young lady said, yeah, I want to, lose weight and I need more energy. I want to try to get my stomach and back fat and I want to get down 50 pounds. Perfect. In my mind, I'm thinking weight loss system. It's going to include the wrap. She can target that back fat area and her stomach that she wants to get flat. She says she needs more energy. So I'm going to talk to her about our energy drinks, obviously the greens and the thermofit, cleanse, things like that that are going to boost her energy as well are already going to be included in the weight loss system. So boom, I can go ahead and move on to step 2 and start talking to her about those things. Okay, so step 2 is to match up the correct product with the need that they identified. You don't want to just throw the wraps at someone if they say they want to get their tummy down. Maybe you should tell them about, Vital Core. Helps to target and blast belly fat. It's amazing multivitamin. Maybe they need a cleanse to really get their tummy down. Maybe the greens, maybe it is the wraps, but you want to be able, no matter what issue they give you, to identify at least 3 products. It's going to be key. 3 products that will help them get what they want to eat, get what they want, and get their issue solved. Okay, so number 2, offer the right solution. If this is a distributor, this is huge, guys. People ask, how are you able to close so many distributors? Even though I'm a talker and I talk a lot, I also listen, guys. Like I said, why did you come to my Instagram? Why did you text me today? Was it debt? Was it to get out of debt? Was it you wanted freedom? Do you want to be home with your babies? Do you have a dream that you want to launch? Are you entrepreneurial? What is it? Because guess what? I'm only going to provide the solution that matches directly to what you said you need. I'm not going to overtalk you. So if you tell me that you want to, have parties because they just seem like so much fun, I'm not going to come and start talking about the 3 steps to success and the 3 ways to pay and I paid off this much debt. Like, they don't care about that. They said they wanted to party. So I'm only going to talk about parties. I'm going to talk about Rap Cash and how fun they are and where you can have them and you can do them online. That's what they came to me for, okay? Now, if you are someone that, get someone that says, hey, I really want to get out of debt. Like, this has been a struggle for me. I'm going to tell them my personal story. I've been able to pay off $90,000 in, debt because of this company. I'm going to then start talking about the money and different ways that I was able to accumulate that, different ranks that I've hit in the company. Like, well, what are you looking to do? How much is your debt every month? Mine was $2,000 a month for my student loan bills. What's yours? Oh, $500 a month? Okay, that's about what an average Ruby makes. And then I might go into that vein. So provide the solution based on what they said they needed. If there's someone that's like, you know what, I'm just always so strapped for cash and I have to ask my husband for money to go get my nails done and, to get a pedicure, and it just drives me crazy that I don't have $50 to go treat myself every week. Guess what I'm going to talk about? Rap Cash and Fast Start bonuses. That's it, because they care about that quick cash and that quick turnover, okay? So make sure after you've identified their solution, after you've identified their need, you're only providing a solution that actually matches what they told you. Other than that, you're upselling them and you're giving them information that they didn't ask you for, okay? Step 1, identify the need. Identify the issue and create a need. Number 2, offer a solution. And number 3 should be easy, okay? 3 ways to pay. 3 steps to success, okay? I do not get off the phone typically without touching on the 3 steps to success in some way, shape, or form when I'm talking to a distributor, and I never get off the phone without discussing the 3 ways to pay with the potential customer, okay? Step 1, you can be a retail customer and pay full price. Number 2, you can be a loyal customer and you have 2 options. You can pay $50 one time, which is our loyal customer fee, and that guarantees you the pricing and all the perks of the loyal customer program forever, kind of like a Sam's or Costco membership. Or we waive that if you would like to purchase any items that you want for 3 months. No minimums, no requirements, just 3 consecutive orders, whatever you want. Do y'all understand now why I said make sure you have at least 3 products that they created a need for? If they want a detox, don't just tell them the greens. Say, hey, the greens is a daily detox. That's awesome. We can do that for your first month. The cleanse is actually going to help detox your kidney, your liver, your colon, really get the gunk out. We can do that, for the second for the second month. And actually the wraps actually are a detoxification wrap. We can actually help do that. Whatever it is, we can really make sure that before we move on past the 3 ways to pay, this should really allow them to be happy about our loyal customer program. Okay, maybe they want to do the full weight loss system, but $147 as a loyal customer is just out of their price range. Break it up, guys. Don't get off the phone and feel defeated if they said that's too much money. Well, luckily for you, you can order a la carte. So if you want to start with the cleanse, we can get that this month. We can get the Thermo Fit next month. We can get the wraps in April. And we can get, the cleanse in May or whatever I said. You can break it up for them. They're like, oh my God, really? That'd be awesome. That would really help my budget. I'm like, yeah, girl, and you're actually doing the system. By the time you get to that 3rd or 4th month, you've got everything to finish the system. And if you need to, just kind of replenish the greens because you ran out of that in month 1, you can get that by the 3rd month. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so awesome. So you want to make sure that you've got enough in your arsenal from what they've told you in step 1, that by the time you get to step 3 and you're talking about the 3 ways to pay and the loyal customer program, which is their second option in how they can pay and how it's 3 months, they're excited to do those 3 months. Okay, so I kind of hope that makes sense. So the first way to pay is retail customer, full price, one time. You want the hair vitamins, they're $55 retail, or you can get them as a loyal customer for $33. Okay, the third way to pay is obviously being a distributor. And typically that's all I say. I say, hey, retail customers full price, loyal customer is 40% off to have so-and-so's discount. You're getting her wholesale distributor discount without having to become a distributor. So you're getting to use the product for 40% off. Or option 3, you can be a distributor and get paid to use the product for that same 40% off. And they're like, oh wait, she just said the same thing. Use the product for 40% off as a customer, or get paid to use the product as a distributor. Well, either way, it's 40% off. Either way, I'm using the product. What I love about this step, guys, it takes the pressure off of you and really allows them to see this is my decision. And I always say we have 3 different ways to pay based on your budget and what works for you. Which of these sounds like the best option, A, B, or C? Okay, so that really moves me into the next part, which is the close. I'm not going to really talk about the 3 steps of success. If they want to be a distributor, I run through those. I make sure that I talk about joining the party, boosting their kit if they want to do that. It's $99. I run through that. You get a couple customers, get a couple distributors, and that's all it is. And of course, you get the flexibility of, paying and using the product and getting it whenever you want, and you're always secure to get the discount as well. Step 4 is closing. This is the hardest part, and this is the part that most people skip, which is why they don't enroll people, okay? So you have to ask, which of these works for you? Which of these sounds good for you? What I like to say is, hey, I'm actually on my computer right now. Do you want me to go ahead and get your order in since you want to be a loyal customer? And if they're like, yes, I'm like, great. If they kind of pause, I will say, or I can pull up my calendar. Let me know if you want me to schedule you for, a Friday enrollment, or and I will say, I'm doing quite a few enrollments on the 15th or the 31st or the 1st when people get paid. Let me know if you want me to write you down for that day. That makes them feel better. They don't feel like they're the only one. But I always lead with, I'm on the computer right now. I can just get your order in. I love to do that as a first time kind of courtesy for my new clients, for my new distributors. If they're a client, I just say, hey, I want to be sure that I get your pricing, that you get my pricing. I don't really like to send people to the website, guys. I'm going to be honest. A lot of other distributors are different. This is just me. I don't want them to get to the website and see the $50 for the loyal customer program and freak out and forget that it was waived, and then you never hear from them again. So for me, I just say, hey, I'm on my computer right now. I can get you in. It takes about 2 minutes, and I can do it as a first-time courtesy for you. You're going to get your own loyal customer number and ID created, and you're going to have complete control over your account to go in, change your billing, your shipping, your products, your shipment dates with this ID and this login at itworks.com. If they're a distributor and I want to make sure that they get in the system right then and that they do it the right way, I will say, hey, I just want to be sure. It gets a little tricky sometimes, especially if you're going to try to boost your kit. I also want to make sure that you set up your website correctly. Let me go ahead and just handle it for you and put it in. And then that way, we can talk about how to, get it done later, whatever. So I want to make sure that I'm really closing them right away. Customers, hey, I want to make sure you get my discount. And they're like, ooh, I want to get your discount too. Go ahead and put my order in. Distributors, hey, I want to make sure your website gets set up. It's a little tricky. I'm like, oh, sure, no problem. I'm able to be done and get it in the system without having to do a lot of follow-up. Again, if they're not ready to do it right then, I will say it's no problem. Even though I'm on my computer, I'll just put my calendar and put you in. Let me know what day works. And it takes away the elephant in the room of I'm excited. I like these products. I want them, or I want to be a distributor, but I don't have the money today. But I'm going to have it on Friday. Great. We'll talk on Friday. I'll get you in. The enrollment appointment takes about 5 minutes and we'll get you started. So those are really the 4 steps. I really hope that's helpful. When I'm ending a mock call, a training call with my distributor, by this point, people are really asking like, oh my God, I really want to get some more info on being a distributor or a customer or whatever. I will say, okay, awesome. For the sake of the call, everybody's already been on. If it's 1 person or 10 people, everybody's already been on for a little bit. But so-and-so, you wanted the Fat Fighter. Hey, I know you two were interested in the business. What I'm going to have your distributor do, your friend or family member that I'm training on this call, I'm going to have them put me in a quick text message with you or a quick Facebook message. Facebook personally is my preference. And the reason why I can really continue to close them offline, off of that call, and I can send them before and afters. Now, while I'm on the Zoom or while I'm on whatever, I'm already sharing before and afters, but I can say, hey, I really want to be sure that I'm able to get you the right information that you need, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns that you did not want to share, in front of everyone else on the call, we can kind of do that separately. I love doing this because it also teaches the new distributor closing does not mean that you get their credit card information today and they are in the system. You could have still closed them even if they're not in the system right now. Or we might need to continue to work on them to close them. You might need to follow up. You might need to send some before and afters. You might need to send a different video. You might need to send the Fat Fighter demo on what it really does, or a testimonial, or a different before and after. Or maybe they want to use the wrap and you show them your before and after, but it doesn't really look like their stomach. You want to do that work and make sure you're communicating that to the distributor that you're training to say, hey, that was an awesome call. We have a potential. Now is the real work of closing. Now we can have a party with them. Now we can, do blah, 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 and let them know the next steps to really close someone and get them in the system. Like I said, another reason I love for me to connect with their people on Facebook or Instagram, if they're a new distributor, they probably don't have a lot of good, pictures or before and afters or Facebook posts or really kind of any street cred to make their family and friends want to purchase from them. But if you've been in the game a little bit longer, if they see me posting, hey, my so-and-so just went Ruby and got this bonus, or hey, so-and-so just got these amazing rap results because this is my business and I take it seriously and I'm always posting and engaging and traveling and going to conference. Maybe they can't go to conference yet, but maybe someone on that call was really interested in the business. And if I connect with them on Facebook in a Facebook message with, that new distributor, and it's us 3 in a message, and they continue to see my posts, guess what? That's also a form of closing and following up with those new people. It also puts it back on the distributor to make sure that you're going through your Facebook messages and stuff like, hey, we need to follow up with this person. What happened to so-and-so that we talked to last week? So I kind of hope that links the 2 things that I've been getting asked about the most, which is what are these new distributor mock calls that you're doing, and what are the 4 steps that you're doing in those calls and your regular everyday calls. So hope you were able to write all of that down. And again, if you missed the purpose of the new distributor mock call, it's really more so to take the pressure off so that neither the distributor feels like, oh my God, I've got to do my hundreds list and get 4 loyal customers by Friday, and it takes the pressure off of their friends and family who are hopping on the call to support them because they're not feeling like, oh God, I've got to order something. And again, it really gets them engaged in the process and it creates a win for them. You've got to create a win for your new customers, for your new distributors. And a lot of times that's not going to happen on social media for everybody, but this is something that is duplicatable in the business. So-and-so may go and do a Facebook post and get 30 customers, and the next distributor may do that post and get no one. And you don't want them to feel like they can't do this business, when frankly, it's typically just going to take someone with a little bit more knowledge, expertise, plenty of before and afters. And I tell them, come at me with all of your junk. I have people asking me, is this FDA approved? Why do I have to order for 3 months? Is this a pyramid scheme? And I love it because that new distributor gets to see how I handle myself. They get to see the right answers, and then they can go and duplicate, and share the right answers and the right information from that point on. This also basically ends up turning into a party, and it's a quick way to do parties like every night without having to leave your house and do parties. I have my shake over here. I got fat fighters and hair, skin, nails, and whatever, and energy drinks. So I'm able to kind of do a party without having to get new distributors to ask people to come to their party. And if you want to know the exact text that I pretty much have them send, it's pretty simple. Hey, you free tonight at 7:30, about 10 or 15 minutes? That's it. Not, I'm doing it works. Can you support me? Can you hop on a conference call? Hey, you free tonight for about 10 or 15 minutes at 7:30? Yeah, what's up? You've already told me, yeah. You already told me you were free. Okay, great. I'm going to send you a link. I just need you to hop on. That's it, guys. So I don't want you to overthink, how am I going to get my new distributors to get their friends and family on? I just told you. What do I do when they get on? Hey, thank you so much for supporting. We're not going to ask you to pull out your credit card. I just need you to ask real questions, and I need you to participate as if you really were interested so that they can hear real responses, and we can go from there, do the 4 steps, close them out, get to, add them on Facebook and stuff like that so we can continue the conversation. Or I immediately pull up my eSuite and share my screen and show that new distributor how to enroll them, and we enroll them right there before we even get off the call. So I hope this was helpful on doing new distributor mock training calls so that they can create their first win using these 4 steps to closing potential customers and distributors.